there, Claudia from the Wee Garden Homestead here. Just thought I'd shoot a little quick video of our July summertime garden. I have people all the time when they see my pictures online, they say, "Oh, Claudia, your garden inspires me." I like that. I like to be inspired by other people's gardens too. But the truth of it is, sometimes I look at people with these gorgeous gardens and I think, oh, I wish I could do that. And the truth of it is, when we post on social media, you know, we post the best of the best. Oh, there's some beautiful things in my garden in July. But you know what? There's some not so beautiful things too. We didn't have a lot of rain, and then all of a sudden we had days and days of rain, and as soon as the rain hits, then the grass and the weeds start growing and it gets out of hand, and it's been raining, so it's too wet to do anything about it. And then the next thing I know, the weeds are grown up and they're all over the garden and they're just getting crazy. We've got to get out here with the trimmer. I was hoping to do it today, but we're supposed to get rain this afternoon. So in between not having rain and having to water, and then having too much rain and not being able to do any weeding, so to speak, here's a glimpse of my garden in all its wondrous beauty. Okay, so here we go. Welcome to the garden. So last year when we planted this trellis, it was the first year with this trellis, and we planted the loofahs and the beans at the same time, and I felt that the loofahs had choked out the beans a little bit. What actually turned out was the loofahs had shaded the beans, and this year I didn't put loofahs in, and the beans are struggling. The beans are definitely struggling. They're still growing, they're still producing, but they're struggling. And I've got a few beans up there. So I did go ahead and I put in a loofah, and that's starting to come across. I put a couple in, but only one of them really took. And that's starting to come across. It's getting ready to bloom. So I'm hoping that the beans will take off again. I did put some fresh ones in, some new long beans. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in the front of this garden. Those are mostly weeds growing in there, and beans, and my almost dead pepper back there. It's just too hot, too hot, too hot. So this bed I really can't complain about too much. This bed is beautiful. It's hard for me to get far enough back to actually give you a good glimpse of it. But this is okra on both sides. I've got a couple zinnias that came back from last year. Down inside there are black-eyed peas, which are just starting to bloom and grow some beans. And they are beautiful. They are happy, happy, happy down there. There are some weeds in here, but they're not too bad, and I'm not going to worry about them that much. I've got some Egyptian walking onions in there, and then some more zinnias. It is hot out today. It's not even noontime yet. I did water this morning, and yet this okra is still wilting in the heat of the day. It does that quite often, and I'm not sweating it too much. It should be okay. It is producing, so I'm gonna let that go. Here comes the horror of summertime, though. We've got to get in here with the weed whacker and take care of these weeds. The elephant garlic is doing okay. I don't think it likes this much sun, but I'm running out of shady spots. We did put up some shade cloths to try and help. Some of them are a little rattle-tattled, but they work. They provide shade. This back bed here, again, beauty and horror all in one place. I put in the marigolds to try and help keep away the squash bugs. The ginger is taken off. I'm thrilled with that. That was just a little piece of ginger from the grocery store. Had a couple little spots sprouting on it, and it's doing beautifully. The dollar weed is killing me. I've been pulling it all the time, and whatever. The cucumbers are struggling. Oh, look, there's a cucumber. Surprise! I'll get that later. The cucumbers are struggling, and the squash are dead. I'll be pulling those out later. There's another elephant garlic. These were zucchinis. The yellow squash have already gone and been pulled out. The loofah does really well. It's very resistant to the squash bugs, and it is doing beautifully. So as we go across the back here, more weeds. I did just get these peppers in. They're doing pretty well. They have a nice brand new shade cloth above them, and they're coming along. So as we pan through, we've got more long beans. Again, struggling. Usually we do very well with them in the summer. This eggplant is doing very well. It's not producing a lot, although it is blooming again. So we'll see what happens. I have 2 volunteer tomatoes. We don't usually do tomatoes in the summertime. I have 2 Rosalitas that were volunteers, so I left them in. This one's doing great. Not sure what happened to this one, but it's coming out probably later today. I was just waiting for those tomatoes, a couple tomatoes on it to start to turn. And they're just starting to get some color, so I am probably done with this tomato plant. I've got some basil coming up. This was a red basil. And the basil loves the heat. The basil usually will come up in the heat. I've got some more long beans here. This was another variety. I would have to go look and see what it was, but I've got that here. Some more okra, doing very well. This bed's been doing really well with the okra. I think it gets a little more shade. A couple of half-dead sunflowers. Some more bell pepper babies. Another eggplant. This bell pepper's doing okay back here, but it gets a lot of shade. I have orange hat dwarf tomatoes. These are a determinate variety, and I really don't grow them normally very often, but I saw them, I thought the plant was cute, and I figured I'd give them a try. They're having a little bit of trouble setting fruit in this heat and humidity, but they are. I've got a couple, I don't know, I've got 6 plants here, and I think I've got 2 set fruit so far. It is what it is. I've got some more started, so we'll see how they do in the cooler weather too. This bed has totally gotten away from me. It's Egyptian walking onions, and then I had pulled everything else out of it and hadn't gotten back to do anything with it. And as you can see, the weeds are just taking over. We've just got to get out here with the trimmer. It's a 2-person job because there's so many pots and things to move. So we'll get going on that. I have a couple more fresh bell peppers. These ones are a couple weeks old, couple months old. They went in, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago in this big pot, and they're doing pretty well. These ones from last year, these poor bell peppers have been through the ringer. They're big, but they're not doing very well at all. Part of it is the heat this time of year. Part of it was lack of water. I think they've just been abused a little too much. They were doing very well. They were full of peppers, and then we had that freeze, and they froze off, and then they just never really came back the way they should. So I might replace those here soon. I don't have anything else to go in those pots right now, so I'm not gonna pull them out just yet. This is a giant jalapeno, and it is beautiful. The plant itself is gorgeous. It's big. I absolutely love it. I did notice some blooms on it the other day, but I don't see them now, so I think it's probably dropping. Oh, no, there's some set fruit. There's a little bitty pepper coming in there. Yay! We'll see what happens. Okay, more weeds, more weeds, more weeds, more grass. This is a spicy globe basil, and it's just starting to bolt. I was pinching the tips off. I think I'm going to have to harvest that one because I have more down here. That's spicy globe basil just coming up. Aloe, a couple potatoes still hanging on, but these empty pots I've got to pull up. A couple more long beans I just started. We like the asparagus from Burpee, asparagus long beans from Burpee. They usually do really well for us in the summertime. We'll see. This summer's been weird. Then I have some bee balm, mint, which was not doing well until we moved it to the shade, and then it started doing better. I'm not sure what's going on with these little teeny tiny leaves it's putting out now. Lemon balm, my grilled tomatoes. These are, again, those orange hat tomatoes, and I've got a couple of very nice ones over here. There's a few set here and there. We'll see how they do. More weeds, more weeds, more weeds. And then I've got these. Oh, it's just starting to rain. The sun's out and it's raining. So these beans were an experiment. My granddaughter told me her favorite kind of bean were pink beans. I don't know, they buy them canned. She likes them. They're pink, you know, little girls. So I went online to see what exactly pink beans were. And they're basically a pink kidney bean. So I ordered seeds online from someplace I found that said they had them. And I was under the impression they were bush beans. These are obviously not bush beans. I don't know if you can see them growing on the fence line, but they are obviously not bush beans. They are very prolific though. They are good producers. I did pick some green and we had them last night. They were okay. They do have a fairly tough string, which isn't, you know, the greatest for us for eating green beans when we've got the long beans that are awesome. But I am going to let these go full and harvest them for the pink beans that my granddaughter loves to have. So a few goods, a few bads, definitely some ugly. Got a little bit more basil coming up here. This is a sweet basil. This one will get very tall. I usually seed pretty heavy. Whatever comes up, comes up. And whatever makes it, makes it. Let's get that weed out of there. And that's pretty much the good, the bad, and the ugly of the wee garden. This time of year, there's a lot of ugly, but, you know, you got to take that. You got to take that with the good. So if you like these kind of videos, if you like this one, definitely hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell for notifications. Like, comment, would be awesome. Well, that was the quick and the quick and the the quick and the dead. That was the good, the bad, and the ugly, shall we say? I don't know. Are there more Western themes I could go with? If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Leave me a comment. You liked it, you didn't like it, suggestions, ideas, things I might plant in this ridiculous heat that we have. And I know there's a lot of places in the country that have the same heat we have during the day, but they get cooler at night. So then you're able to grow things like tomatoes and that. They just won't set fruit here. It's just too hot, too humid, too warm all night long. Anyway, like I said, like the video, subscribe, comment, hit the little bell to get notifications when we come out with another video. And you know what? It doesn't matter what it is, just grow something.